Hi, and thanks for watching the DIY Daddy channel. On this video, I'm going to be showing you folks how to make a corner shelf unit. I've made a couple of these. One I made for the TV, which you can see right here. I made a sturdy corner shelf unit, so it helps to save space in a small room. I'm also putting in another one in that corner over there for the computer. So these are fairly quick to build. You don't need a whole lot. You need a sheet of plywood. It's going to be something that is visible unless you paint it. So make sure when you select your plywood, you get one that doesn't have a lot of eyes or a lot of cracks and stuff in it. And you're going to need, for a small unit like this, you're going to need two 2x4x8s, and that's pretty much it. Not including finishing nails, screws. On the front, I put in a piece of molding to kind of finish it off. As you can see right here, there's a piece of molding. I still haven't finished it. I need that to fill in the nail holes and then repaint it. It became white like that. So let's head out to the garage and take a look at how this is done. Alright, so it's a pretty simple build. All you got to do is make sure that you measure the corner that you're putting this in, figure out how far out you want the corner piece to come out. This is going to be for computer stations, so I wanted to be able to have enough room for my laptop and for my knees to fit under it so that I can work on the computer. So what you're going to do is, with a circular saw, make sure you get a finished blade. It's labeled just that, so it doesn't leave a lot of splinters on the end of the plywood. And you're going to measure off however many inches you want and cut it nice and straight. It really helps to get a 4-foot metal ruler to make that line to guide you. And then with the bottom pieces, I've already started putting them on. I did a fairly simple pattern here. A lot of people will do like all 45s and connect. I didn't do that. It's a little bit beyond my skill set. So I did cut 45s here on the bottom corner so it matches, and a 45 there so it matched this. Keep in mind that if you're using the corner piece of the plywood, it's 90 degrees. You know it's going to be 90 degrees. So the end here I kept flush, as well as the end of the other piece that fits in it. However, I did do a 45 on this side, so it matches just like that. Alright? The next thing that I did was I took my 4-foot ruler, and while this top piece was laid that flat, I chose the nicest looking side, and I stuck a nail partially in a finished nail every 8 inches. Right, that makes it easier when you're trying to assemble the whole thing to have the nails already started. Now the next thing I'm going to do is glue it and screw it. Well, in this case, nail it, but I like to make sure that I glue all these things together. It kind of helps give it that little bit of extra, adhesion. All right. Let's put a bead of glue going up there. Line this up. All I can do, or all I have to do now, is just finish tapping those nails. You want to keep making sure that your piece down here, your support is still straight. So next, what you're going to want to do is, if you have them all, great. If not, just find a larger nail, and you're going to take all the heads of the finished nails, and just give them a little tap in to get the surface nice and flush. You don't want things snagging on it. So now that part is done. Now we know that the the long end is going to be facing, so the long end is going to be facing you, the user. Alright? So, knowing that, this is the back corner that's going to be the wall. And what I'm going to do is drill a hole in here with one of these hole saws. And it's going to be where we're going to run all the wires and stuff like that for the laptop, for speakers, for whatever it is you have. Now, you don't want to force it, because if you force it and push it all the way through, you're going to pull the veneer off the other side of the plywood. So I like to look through it, and when my hole gets through, I flip it over. And I start drilling from the other side. Alright, so now we have a corner piece with a hole drilled in it for running your electrical. And this is going to be quite sturdy. And what you're going to do is make sure that you find the studs in your wall with the stud finder, and then drill the anchoring screws right into those studs. Alright, now something that a problem that a lot of people run into is this leading edge here of the plywood. Oftentimes that'll splinter. It comes up pretty easily, especially after repeated use. And that's where your arms are going to be going to rest on the computer. So what a lot of people do is they'll get a piece of, in this case probably 1x3 pine, and just put it right on the front, or a piece of molding like I did on the entertainment shelf. Just a piece of molding that's wide enough to cover that. It's okay if it goes down lower, that's fine. And then you want to do the same 45-degree cuts on both ends so they fit snug up to the wall. And you're going to want to nail it and glue it as well. And do the same thing with the nails, with the poking them in just a little bit further than all over the bigger nail. And then you should be good. You can paint it, stain it, do whatever you like to it. Alright, so the last step is going to be mounting this onto the wall. Now what you're going to want to do first and foremost is you're going to want to find the studs in the wall. You do that with the stud finder. I'm sure so many folks know how to use this already. You just turn it on. Actually, let's take a look. Alright, so to find a stud in the wall, you if the house is built properly, there should be at least one every 16 inches, 16 on center. Alright. So you're going to start by turning your stud finder on, press it up to the wall, right, and then start sliding. Alright, so now you want to mark that spot right there, because that's one side of the stud. Next, you want to start off a few inches away on the other side, start bringing it to it. Alright, and then mark that so you know the stud is right between those two lines. Alright, so that's one. Another stud mark. Alright, so there's another stud there, one here, one there. And there's pretty much always going to be one right in the corner. Alright, so now that you've got your studs marked, what you want to do is measure, and you can never measure too many times, how high you want this this unit. With me, I want it to be about 36 inches, so I'm going to measure 36 inches up and mark the top of the wall. Alright, so when I go to put the unit up, I can use those lines that I made to line up the top. And it's very important that before you really lock it down, that you use a level to make sure that it's level on all three sides. Now, this job will take two people. You're going to need at least one person to hold it up while the other person, tacks it into place. So, unfortunately, it's just me. So, I'm able to show you how that part's done. But again, you're just going to use, a 3-inch screw. You can use drywall screws if you have them. And you're going to go right into the center of that stud. Right? So this one I'm going to have at least 4 screws. And if you wanted to, you could try and use anchors. I'm not sure how comfortable I'd feel with anchors holding up desks though, but that is an option. So that's about it. It's a pretty quick breeze through on how to build one of those corner units. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. If you have anything else you want to see built, let me know. See you later. Hi, and thanks for watching the DIY Daddy channel. On this video, I'm going to be showing you folks how to make a corner shelf unit. I've made a couple of these. One I made for the TV, which you can see right here. I made a sturdy corner shelf unit, so it helps to save space in a small room. I'm also putting in another one in that corner over there for the computer. So these are fairly quick to build. You don't need a whole lot. You need a sheet of plywood. It's going to be something that is visible unless you paint it. So make sure when you select your plywood, you get one that doesn't have a lot of eyes or a lot of cracks and stuff in it. And you're going to need, for a small unit like this, you're going to need 2